Have you ever felt it? That weird sensation when you press a certain spot on your body and feel tingles somewhere completely different? So for centuries, we have dismissed this as just feelings, but what if they're not? What if you are sensing a hidden network inside your own body? A network that doesn't show up on any MRI or X-ray. So in this video, we're going to be scientific detectives. We're going to follow the clues that modern science is uncovering about this ancient mystery, and by the end you have a completely new framework for understanding your body's hidden operating system and how you can use it to live better, healthier life. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that we need to understand is why we have failed to find meridians for so long. The reason is simple but profound. We have been searching in the wrong dimension. So think about your computer. Modern medicine for the last 200 years has done a phenomenal job at mapping our hardware. And we understand our organs, our cells, our DNA with incredible precision. This is like having the complete architectural blueprint of a supercomputer. So if you have bacterial infection, that we can identify the specific bacteria and use an antibody to kill it, and that's like a hardware fix. And if you break a bone, then we can set it and let it heal. Another hardware fix. This approach is incredibly powerful for like acute structural problems, but what about the problems that don't show on the blueprint? So think about chronic fatigue, IBS, brain fog, or generalized anxiety. So you do all the tests, the blood work, the scans, and the doctor says everything looks normal. And this is where the hardware-only model reaches its limit. It's like your computer is running incredibly slow, crashing all the time, but the diagnostics say all the components are just fine. Then what is the problem? Right, the problem isn't hardware, it's the operating system. The software that manages all the processes, allocates energy, and ensures all the hardware components work together. So for a long time, we didn't have a manual for that, but what if we did? What if TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, is not the collection of superstitions, but the oldest, most detailed user manual for the human body's operating system? So in this menu, concepts like qi aren't magic. It's the OS level term for system resources and data flow. And meridians, they are the network protocols and databases. The problem was never the menu. So it was that we were trying to read it with like a hardware engineer's mindset. And we were looking for the software in the silicon. Okay, so what if there's an operating system? There must be the physical infrastructure to run it. And this is where the story gets really exciting. Science is now pointing to one of the most overlooked tissues in the body, the fascia. So for decades, anatomy tests it dismisses as just like packing material, but now we know this is like a continuous body-wide to liquid crystalline wire, and it's our biological fiber optic network. And labs around the world are now verifying its amazing properties. So let's look at 3 key clues. Clue number 1, it's electric. This isn't a metaphor, so your body is electric. And fascia is a key player. It exhibits a property called piezoelectricity, and that means it literally generates an electrical charge in response to mechanical stress when you stretch or even just brace. And this isn't just random static, it's a form of information. So as researchful scientists like James Altman has detailed, and this constant electrical signaling plays a huge role in tissue repair and intercellular communication. It's a living signaling network. And clue number 2, it's a superconductor. So if the body is an electrical network, are there specific pathways where the signals flows better? The answer seems to be yes. And studies like those published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine have used sensitive devices to measure electrical resistance of the skin, and they consistently find that the points, the 2,000-year-old map called acupuncture points, show significantly lower electrical resistance, and then surrounds it. They are quite literally super highways for our electricity, and they're the hubs and nodes in these networks. So clue number 3, it transmits information. And this is the most mind-blowing part. If there are pathways, then can we see things moving around them? So a team of researchers at Seoul National University, led by Dr. Kwon-Seop Shu, did a fascinating experiment. They injected a special fluorescent dye into acupoints, and they observed under the microscope that the dye didn't just diffuse randomly. It traveled along thin, distinct channels that perfectly matched the ancient meridian maps. And these channels were not blood vessels or lymph vessels. They were a completely new, previously undiscovered anatomical structure, which they named the primal vascular system. So this is the closest we're ever come to physically visualizing like the data cables of the meridian network. So when you put all these scientific facts together, an electric conductive web of fascia with low resistance nodes and visible transmission pathways, a new picture emerges. And the meridians aren't imaginary. They are the dominant pathways within our body's fascial internet. Or I would call it the biological infrastructure, carrying the signals of our internal operating system. And alright, this is all like fascinating science, but like what does it actually mean for you, for your life? And which is the most important part. So understanding this hidden network gives you a new level of control over your well-being, and it moves you from being like really passive passenger in your body to being the CEO of your own health. And this is a foundation of preventive healthcare. And let's take the afternoon slump we all know so well from hardware perspective that you might blame your lunch. But from operating system perspective, it's a signal on network congestion warning. And it's spleen system, the part of your OS responsible for energy conversion, telling you it's overloaded, or the tension headache you get after a stressful meeting. It's not a random bug. It's another signal that your liver system, the part of your OS that manages stress, is telling you that its data flow is stuck. So by learning to read the signals early, that you can intervene before they become full-blown questions or diseases. You can make small, targeted adjustments. Maybe it's not another cup of coffee you need, but like a 5-minute stretch to unblock that network congestion. Maybe it's not the painkiller, but a specific acupressure point at the system reboot button. And this is about empowering you with knowledge to become the CEO of well-being. So because ultimately it is your own body that has to fight every single battle. And my goal here in this channel is to give you the best possible user menu to win the fight. So to recap, 1, the reason we quantify meridians because we're looking for hardware, but they are the body's software. And 2, modern science from fascia research to electrical measurements is now finding stunning clues that this network is real. And 3, understanding the system empowers you to take control of your own health in a profound new way. And this is where my journey begins. As someone with a background in both tech and TCM, my mission is to explore this frontier. And yes, on the side, I'm exploring how we can leverage AI to make this process even more personalized and powerful. And I'm obviously building something bigger than just this channel. So if you want to join the journey of discovery and learn how to become a better CEO for your own health, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.